Do-Rag Wisdom here, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Earth Day Y2K 19.07.25. No. Robert Mueller was not entertaining. His answers were slow and halting at times. He appeared to be distracted sometimes. He gave the impression that he could not remember stuff that he himself may have written. The fact is, the Mueller report was written by the Mueller team. Rachel Maddow suggests that these team members should be interviewed before Congress too. I agree. Trump weighed in on Mueller's quote-unquote performance. After all, in this era of reality show nightmare, there's only an exciting and phony performance that matters. Mueller is neither phony nor entertaining. He is part of our real and vital lives, our real and vital world. The pundits said of Mueller that he is part of another era, an era of no smartphones and no dumb devices that today many of us keep our noses in, even as a building falls on top of our distracted heads. Robert Mueller was as dry as the Sahara. Not entertaining at all. He had made it clear that he did not even want to attend the hearing. He kept insisting that his work speaks for itself. If only people had read it. Most haven't. So here he was being questioned by Democrats and excoriated by the Trumpists. I looked at him there on the TV monitor. He seemed worn out. After all, this Marine had been working on this report for months at a time, being harassed by a Nazi in chief, a traitor to everything our country stands for. He was tired out, but he's always been a good soldier and would never ignore a subpoena from the Congress. Mueller, the Marine, Mueller, the soldier, semper fi. But I respect those who had the courage, the fortitude, the loyalty, the patriotism to serve. It is tragic that we have allowed the Trumpists of the world to make us lazier and more stupid. I made it my business to read as much of the Mueller report that I could. I underlined, I tried to study it. Most of it is written in a prose style and can be handled by anyone who knows how to read. I made it my business to read the report because we are in a cold civil war for the survival of our country. We must prevent the Nazi Trump, his enablers, and the Russians from allowing Trump to steal another election. According to his boss Putin, Trump is doing everything he is supposed to undermine our country and our place in the world. And if you don't believe me, open your eyes and look around. I know all of this because I read the Mueller report. Perhaps any other special prosecutor would have indicted Nazi Trump, but Mueller is a bookman, quote unquote, as the besieged Captain Quigg was in the Caine Mutiny. If it isn't written in the book, then it is against the book, as Quigg believed and as Mueller believes. Nazi Trump and his Kool-Aid drinkers didn't get it. They spent the time after the hearing celebrating a quote-unquote victory that never was. Mueller made it clear that Trump and his team encouraged Russian interference, that Trump would try to obstruct justice, and members of his team would not carry out his crazy as shit commands. Mueller made it quite clear that Trump was not exonerated and that he could be charged with obstruction charges once he leaves office. Mueller made it crystal clear, too, that his investigation was not a witch hunt. Anyone who reads this report, I promise, will have no doubt that Trump committed high crimes and misdemeanors and beyond. He is a Nazi, traitor, creep. I know that if the situation were reversed and a Democrat was president of our country and did the same things the Nazi Trump is doing, the GOP would be on an impeachment binge like a sloppy drunk at 3 a.m. Robert Reich has a YouTube page, and I agree with him when he says that impeachment is the right thing to do. Not for political reasons, but for the reasons of protecting our Constitution, the thing that makes us a free, constitutional, democratic republic. Professor Reich, in this 4.5 minute broadcast, laid out clearly and concisely why the Democrats must begin impeachment hearings. I agree. Trump, in disrespecting and ignoring subpoenas from Congress, is violating a separate but equal clause and is thus violating our Constitution. He wants to be the king. When Trump imposed tariffs on China without consulting with Congress, he is violating the Constitution. When Trump closed our government because Congress would not give him money for his racist wall, that was a violation of our Constitution. When Trump tells people he disagrees with to go back where they came from, that is a violation of our Constitution. When Trump attempted to obstruct justice in the Mueller investigation, that is a violation of our Constitution. It's when Trump encourages police officers and citizens to do violence, he is violating the Constitution. When Trump decided to make money off his president job by violating the emoluments clause, he was violating the Constitution. When Trump calls the press the enemy of the people, he is violating the Constitution. Professor Reich says that impeachment does not have to be political. Such action is never popular. Any impeachment, because people don't want to see their vote overturned, and I so understand that. I saw my vote overturned twice. Bush v. Gore and this creep Trump. But when a president is attacking the Constitution as this one is doing, it is time for Congress to do the right thing, whether it is popular or not. Because if they don't check this Nazi, traitor, Putinist, accidental president, they are setting a precedent for other presidents to do the Nazi Trump thing again. And even worse, if you can imagine that. The Democrats must impeach. I'm going to write to my local representative, who happens to be Blue Dog Conservative Democrat Max Rhodes. I am going to respectfully demand that the Democratic Party gets off its ass and do the job we pay them for. To do the job we elected them to do. To protect us from the dictator in waiting and the bigot in chief. You should do the same. Write to your congressperson, whether Democratic or Republican. Demand in no uncertain terms that you want an impeachment inquiry to begin before it is too late. And it may already be too late. It could be the end of the world as we know it. Why don't we simply start a conspiracy theory that Nazi Trump is really a hidden Democrat so that the GOP will help impeach the crap out of him?